Alright, so we're in the lobby. Chat bans will commence, and then we'll kick it off with the game. So again, this is DominateDominion number 49. We have PAX versus Amputease in the semifinals here. As Blind Pick Banditos kind of died out a little while ago. They haven't played in a couple months.
Yeah, most of the bands are just out of practice, and I think a lot of them have just, I don't know, I think they're just waiting on ranked or something.
Yeah, several of the well-known teams kind of fell apart, like Point Defense.
Yeah, Point Defense, Bandits.
Yeah, Feel the Vibe was kind of remade. So we see a Lulu ban, Cass ban, Teemo. Lulu and Cass, very strong champions in general. Teemo, huge nuisance with the shrooms. Blind, also just a pain in the ass. And in Elise ban, we actually haven't seen Elise played currently. Very strong assassin. Lots of mobility and utility, range stun. Execute regardless of health pool. So overall, a very strong champion, very good duelist. And here we go. Get the summoner blockers up.
I'm looking at 10 lightning bolts right now.
Yeah, it takes like a couple seconds, I think. I see a Nunu band come out from...
yeah, Nunu band coming out from PAX. Very, very solid bot laner. Like, he just tanks up, and then, like, he just, between consume and snowballs, like, he just pushes you out of the lane while just being almost completely unharassable.
Extremely durable champion, lots of sustain. Jayce getting banned, standard, or not standard hyper carry, very powerful hyper carry, huge amount of poke, team utility, and burst.
One of the scary things about Jayce, like his hypercharge, because it is such an extremely powerful attack speed steroid, he can actually skip building attack speed altogether and just focus on building just pure attack damage, crit and armor penetration.
I'm seeing Amumu banned out as well. Croag demonstrating why Amumu is a very solid pick. Lots of AoE, synergizes extremely well with Blackfire Torch and AoE comps in general.
And he has very strong initiation too. Like, he just goes in and he starts the team. Like, once Amumu is ready, like, he decides when the team fight starts, and he starts it on his team's terms. See Kha'Zix being banned as well. Kha'Zix is a very, very powerful, high mobility, high damage assassin who can just quickly get to and eliminate pretty much any target. Like, he hits really hard even against, like, bruisers.
Yeah, particularly with the penetration changes, his late game damage is through the roof. Particularly when you evolve Q as well.
Kha'Zix is one of the few assassins with an extremely powerful early game as well. Like, there are very, very few champions that have as strong of an early and mid game presence as Kha'Zix. Like, most assassins most assassins don't start ramping up until like mid game, but Kha'Zix is just strong right off the gate.
Seeing a Kayle ban and a Nidalee ban as well.
Yeah.
Extremely powerful with her ultimate, usually preventing death, allowing you to basically dive points if you want to, or survive just long enough to, get reinforcements. Nidalee, huge amount of pokes, lots of jungle control, sustain, mobility, just a very solid kit in general.
And as for the picks, you see Confitarius first picking Zyra. Like, Zyra, very powerful mage champion. Like, her seeds give her a huge amount of jungle control. And, like, she just, like, plants huge poke, very high team utility, AoE, knock up, CC. Like, Zyra's just an extremely powerful champion.
Basically a supporting mage, so overall, a very top pick. We see two assassins come out from Amputease, with Talon and Evelynn there. So a lot of cloaking, as well as a lot of burst on their side. Going to make bottom lane extremely dangerous to play.
Yeah, you see Leona and Wukong currently being highlighted on the Pex's side. Panzer's very, very well known, very strong Wukong player. You usually see Wukong actually banned against Pex, just because he is such an extremely powerful champion, and Panzer's is so good at him that like he is usually off the table. And no, that's a Jarvan pick, not a Leona.
I actually would have preferred the Leona pick there. Plays a bit more into the AoE comp, although Jarvan does just about the same. The lock-in from his Cataclysm allows Wukong and Zyra to pinpoint their ultimates with extreme precision. I think if they pick up a Janna on Amputease, that would be better to try and disengage this than a Sona or a Leona. You really don't want to engage on top of this team.
No, actually, Maokai is an interesting choice because his ultimate is like an anti-AoE weapon, basically. Essentially, what it does is like Maokai is very, very strong against AoE teams, so that does seem to be a very good pickup on Amputease's part. And that'll fit.
Trying to prevent the AoE from Wukong and Zyra from just decimating their team there. So I think a Bulwark would also help a lot as well if they pick that early.
Metal Fenrir going for the, I'm guessing that's going to be an Urgot bot lane.
But it'll also be for dual power. Dual power plays very strong Urgot as well. Playing more into the AoE, we see Budorise hovering over Annie.
Annie is a very strong AP mage. Like, Annie functions as in Dominion. Like, she's a very solid champion. Like, she functions as more of a tanky, close range, high burst, high CC caster. Like, she just gets in, takes a couple more hits than your average mage to kill, and like she just locks your entire team down so that her team can go in. She just does huge amounts of damage.
She's actually far tankier than most mages with Molten Shield.
Yeah, like her Molten Shield is basically it basically turns her into a Leona for 10 seconds.
Yeah, make her very durable with her range and her stuns. Very annoying.
And I suspect that Annie is going to be going to Booberry.
Probably. We see a Gragas pick as well. That'll probably go into bot lane.
Yeah, Gragas is a very, very safe champion. He can just farm, or he can just hold the lane away from extremely far away, and if you get jumped on, he can just body slam away and just explosive cast if necessary. Or if he's against the weaker lane, he can go in offensively with that combo, just body slam, explosive cast, and just this huge amounts of damage.
Trying to decide who their bottom lane is, I think, here. Or maybe pick up a Taric support. It'd be interesting. Give them a little bit more reduction against the AoE potential of Wukong.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know about that because like both Wukong and Jarvan have strong armor shreds on like their abilities, so like Taric's armor aura isn't going to necessarily be as effective as it usually would. And we do see the Taric being locked in.
Yeah, he does have a bit of burst potential with his ultimate and shatter early on, so he does contribute a little bit of damage.
And Taric does surprising amounts of damage, especially if you're not expecting it.
The only thing I'm worried about here for Amputease is that if their Urgot goes bottom lane, that's 4 melee against Zyra Wukong. That'd be very deadly. Budorise asking how to build Jarvan. I believe you go Lichbane Wulglitz and just Nassian standard.
No, you stack death caps. You have to have the fancy headwear next.
fancy hats all everywhere.
Yes, fancy hats. Always.
And then when you dunk people, you're basically giving them a hat of their own.
When you dunk people, you shower them in hats as the hats fly off due to the wind.
Okay, that's from the summoner blockers. And you can see very standard revive summoners for everybody. 2 of the champions have Ignite instead of Exhaust or Garrison. I believe Computaris just wants to finish off kills occasionally.
I believe Computaris is actually going bot this game. That'll be my guess.
Probably. We have seen Computaris take Gragas top though as well.
That is true.
Painkiller picking up Annie and Blueberry on Zyra instead.
I guess Boo hasn't learned how to, I guess Pain hasn't learned how to have Zyra yet. And we do see Ignite on Computarius. I do suspect that he is taking that Ignite bottom, though. On the Amputease side, you see Dual Power going for an Ignite as well, and I suspect he's taking, Ignite is a very strong choice on Assassin champions, as it is basically a kill spell. Like, you press Ignite in order to kill people. And Assassins are the class of champion who most want to just go in and kill you, so Ignite is a very solid choice on those Assassins if you already have a good number of exhausted garrisons.
Yeah. It also prevents people from life-stealing their way out of a kill.
Oh man, I've been denied those before.
Yes, there is indeed competitive Dominion. Again, this is Dominion number 49. We are seeing Evelyn's child support, also known as PEX, versus Amputease. Again, if you want to join this tournament, all you just need is 4 friends and just sign up prior to Saturday and make sure you check in before the tournament starts. Tournaments are free to enter, so you have nothing really to lose.
Yeah, you just have to be level 30 and have 4 other people who are level 30, and then just sign up, and then make sure you check in before the tournament actually, or during the check-in window, which our captain seems to have forgotten this week.
You can also join the chat channel DominateDominion if you want to find out some more about Dominion in general. You can also just chat with the guys in there. They're usually pretty friendly. I would stay away from Dynov. No, he's fine.
Yeah, we're just picking our own teammates.
Yeah.
Actually, there is you're right, Debbie Sword. There is currently a bounty on Pex. Booberry has placed a $300 bounty on his own team to any new team that can bring them off of their throne. So, the chat room is Dominate Dominion. So yeah, if any new team that joins that can dethrone Pex, Booberry is willing to pay $300 to out of his own pocket. So yeah, if you think you have what it takes, come try it out.
Very gutsy call by Booberry, but I think
he's putting his money where his mouth is.
I think it's a fairly solid bet for him.
Pex is currently undefeated. 15, 16 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And there have been some close calls, but each time Pax has triumphed, so...
Tax return money, yes. Definitely tax return money. We see everyone on PEX sporting a skin except for the poor Computarius. Apparently, he does not have enough skin or money or RP to buy skins for Gragas there.
Or he just doesn't like any of them, but hey, that's not as fun of a... That's not as fun, is it? Get with the program, Comp.
We see a Butcher, Urgot, and Bloodstone Taric. There. Urgot is so ugly.
Battlecast Urgot for life.
Yes. You see, a lot of these players in general are actually strong SR players as well. I see Buddha Rice and Painkiller sporting platinum borders, and Booberry sporting a diamond border.
Yeah, Booberry is in diamond right now.
You see Maokai and Evelynn on gold, and Talon, Urgot, and Taric on silver.
Yeah, but then again, that's only one aspect. Like me and like it was fairly easy to get borders back in season 2. Just go on the twisted tree line with a strong team and just steamroll everyone. Easy gold or plat. Yeah, like
the game.
Summoner's Rift or Twisted Tree Line Elo doesn't necessarily translate well to a Dominion, just because, like, I mean, like, yeah, a Diamond Summoner's Rift player is probably going to be extremely strong at a Diamond Summoner's Rift player is probably going to be an extremely strong Dominion bot laner, simply just the nature of laning. But like anywhere else on the map, like just it's a completely different game mode, and many Summoner's Rift players that come to Dominion, like my team, Feel the Vibe, has faced off against like all Diamond Summoner's Rift teams before, and they just aren't prepared to play Dominion. Like they're in a completely different map mentality. They don't, and just you do have to take a while to get used to Dominion if you want to challenge these teams who have been playing it for a while.
Yeah, totally different strategies, different champions utilize different builds. Games will begin. We have blue side is Team Evelynn's child support, and on red side we have Amputease. And bottom lane looks like it's going to be Urgot versus Gragas. So I see a stalemate there by Gragas, not wanting to duel Urgot early.
Blue team has captured the refinery. Blue team has captured the quarry.
Again, I think it's going to cause a small issue where top lane for FTZ is all melee. See the stun coming out from Painkiller, trying to harass Zuzu a bit. And a nice pop-up by Jarvan there. Hammerhand getting extremely low, getting killed there by Wukong almost immediately. That's 2 exhausts going down. Wow, everyone's exhausted.
3 exhausts going down. And we'll see,
good for NPs there. Science getting chased away. This looks like Pex is going to pick this up without losing a single team member. Meanwhile,
Amputease immediately heading bot lane.
Yank this. The silence going out from Town there, missing the grenade. Batman got some juice going through the wall. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. Just barely gets a kill from Evelynn. Looks like they're going to try to take this point. Seeing only Jarvan there. Something has to use his revive to try and help us out. It looks like they're going to get caught out here.
The offensive garrison going down. However, 2 members of PAX have come down to respond to this gank now.
Evelynn trying to get away with the frenzy there, leaving poor Urgot to die on his own. Painkiller taking, or Urgot actually, or Gragas taking.
Meanwhile, PAX engaging up top while MPD is just engaged down bot.
You see the Zyra plant.
That was close.
Taric escaping with 26 hit points there. Just barely. One more attack from the plant and that would have been it.
That is a significant minion wave that's built up CC Booby to go deal with that. Like, I think one thing a lot of people actually underestimate the power of minions. Like, that wave, if left unchecked, would have been enough to actually neutralize the top points.
Maokai getting caught out by the storm-shielded Wukong, and Painkiller using his ultimate to blow him up. A gank going down by Talon, unfortunately drawing the rest of
Gragas was actually forced to burn his ultimate in order to get away from the Urgot.
Cataclysm going down onto Talon there.
Double kill.
Double kill by Jarvan. Jarvan trying to keep the pressure on Wukong there to help him as well. Pop up onto Taric. Taric getting slowed by the Aegis. Taric getting safely under his tower there and being helped out by Urgot. Wow, a lot of damage out there from Gragas barrel roll. Yeah, I apologize for the quality. My computer is not the best. Lags with our team fights by increased quality a bit. So you see Pex is trying to set up jungle control here with the help of Zyra. She's just setting up plans to kind of zone out Amputease here. And it looks like she's doing a fairly good job. Unfortunately, Brutalize getting caught out. having to use the standard to escape there.
Amputease not able to capitalize on that. Now you just see the teams just setting up around the jungle. Panzers does find dual power out of position.
Dual power having to escape there. Jarvan blowing up almost immediately, even though the Zyra ultimate goes down. You see the Maokai ultimate there to help out a bit. Painkiller gonna stun Taric there, allowing him to escape. Fortunately, Panzer's getting caught out as well. Panzer's almost picked up the Taric kill. See a Painkiller gonna pick up dual power. Going down, fight dual power did not want to take there. Fortunately, Amputease could not make anything of that. It looked like it was going to end in favor of Tex. Annie finally picking off Talon. Meanwhile, Maokai went down to Zyra and Jarvan there.
In the bot lane, you see Carius engaging on Urgot as he tried to go back.
You see, Urgot is very low on mana. Getting some help from Wukong. Wukong basically going to just clean up the kill here. Forcing part of Amputease to respond to this. Stun going down to Jarvan, allowing Talon and Evelynn to chase there. Jarvan trying his best to escape. Can't grab his standard to get out of his own ultimate there. Unfortunately for Amputease, Wukong also there, trying to disrupt as much as possible. Almost gets a kill on Talon. Talon gets away safely. Taric chasing a little too far and gets taken down. Wukong gonna recall there and heal. Meanwhile, again, you can see Zyra just setting up a lot of control with her plants. I think we're going to see a bit of a Zyra ban probably in the finals there to try and deny that jungle control from Blueberry.
Meanwhile, you see Talon setting up for a bot lane gank, although he does seem to be backing off, knowing that Carius has gone back.
Maokai trying to use his saplings to engage where the team is. Panzer's getting caught immediately. The reveal, denying him his escape through clone or decoy.
Very good snare by Zyra there, though.
Yeah. One thing about Pex is that they have a lot of AoE CC. Jarvan, Zyra, and Annie are all capable of AoE CC, allowing them to get out of very sticky situations.
And I just see
Amputease is unsure as to what to do currently. Looks like Pex is trying to push this midpoint here, containing Amputease at their 2 points right outside their base.
Pex is setting up a perimeter around Amputease right now. They're not letting them. They're not even letting them get out of their. They're not even letting them get into the jungle. Like, they're just controlling the jungle right now. They're just completely controlling.
Looks like Evelynn is trying to sneak her way bot.
And she's spotting Panzers right there.
Wukong tracking her as best as he can.
I'm unsure. I actually don't know. I actually don't think that Wukong saw Evelynn because she was stealth.
So they're going to try and dive onto Urgot here. Wukong ultimate and the Annie ultimate go down. Evelynn trying to make the best of it. Not doing anything. Picks up Annie at the very least. Talon gonna hold this off and keep him off the point.
And you see, meanwhile, Pex uses this to just engage on the Maokai and Taric up top.
You see the dive onto Talon. Talon has to use his ultimate to escape that. A lot of bursts coming out from Amputease.
Pex is doing a very good job of just applying jungle control and creating pressure all over the map. Like, they don't, like, what they've been doing right now is, like, they just keep alternating between hitting top and bottom. It's like, they force someone on Amputease to come bot, and then while someone Amputease is bot, they just hit top again. When Amputease is trying to respond, they immediately head right back bottom. Although the Evelynn does seem to have gotten us around on top of areas. He's
the grenade missing from Urgot there. Unfortunately, Talon going to catch Gragas there, slowing him down enough for Evelynn to pick up the kill there. Jarvan and Zyra are going to pin Evelynn and Talon. Talon going, or Evelynn going down almost immediately to the assault. Talon has to back away from this, as well as Urgot there. Taric reinforcing them with some heal. Meanwhile, Maokai just holding off the lane there.
And again, you can see Pex rotating top for just this continual pressure. Like they're trying to see if they can get a pick off, just engage anything on just setting up a perimeter again. Now they're picking up Storm buff, giving Buddha Rice that extra survivability.
Go back and heal. Meanwhile, Amputease finally let out of their containment there. Zyra using the plant to try and scat out, spot a few members of Amputease there. So they're kind of just poking at each other. Sapling gonna go chase out Annie. Amputease not really wanting to engage yet.
Meanwhile, Compare is actually far out of position with Friendly God, and he did get punished for it.
You can see the amount of ultimates there. Just the Zyra ult on top of Tippers, on top of Cyclone from Wukong, and then Jarvan trapping them all in. Amputease could do nothing there. Not a single member of Pex died in that engagement. You can see Pex actually getting caught out here pretty low. Another snare and stun from Annie there, though, allowing them to escape. Jarvan comboing over the wall, stun onto Annie from Taric. Taric getting blown up by Annie there. The power of fire beats the power of good looks there. Snare going down onto Annie, exhausted as well, getting picked off by Evelynn. Dive onto Zyra. Zyra gonna go down to Maokai there. And actually looks like it's a windmill for... Nope! Buddha Rice making a last stand, going down to Maokai there. But it's just enough for Panzer to finally make his way up top.
Yeah, Panzer's going in there with the Ghost Blade active.
Unfortunately, the snare and the slow, too much for Wukong. Maokai gonna drop his ultimate, trying to protect himself as much as possible. He's very low in hit points. I think Panzer is trying to delay this as much as possible. He's revealed by the Hex Sweeper active. It looks like he's not going to escape this very well.
Nope, he's caught.
There's the snare. And goes down to Taric.
And you...
Wow! Damage from Annie. Triple kill from Annie. Very good ultimate there. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Metal Turner are getting dove by both Jarvan and Gragas, going down to the sheer burst that will lead the champion. Good response by Amputease there, using 2 revives to clean that up and going to pressure bottom lane there.
You see 2 revives of Pexus coming out to counter the aggression.
Evelynn still hanging around, thinking he can engage that. Snare onto Computarius. Evelynn dishing out as much damage as possible. Maokai trying to hold him in place. You see a nice ultimate there by Wukong, picking up the kill and getting Urgot there. Urgot trying to dish out as much damage to Annie as possible. Still extremely squishy. Almost go down to Annie. Crushing blow from Wukong, picking up the kill. Meanwhile, Talon trying to chase down as much as he can. Exhaust goes down onto Wukong there. Jarvan there to save the day with this advancing standard combo. Meanwhile, poor Maokai is trapped in the brush. Computarius poking from long range with his barrel roll, thinking that Buddha Rice can deal with this all on his own. There goes the Maokai ultimate ending, running out of mana, and the body slam in Jarvan, enough to pick up the kill. 428 to 60. Hex has been displaying why they are one of the top teams. You see both Jarvan and Gragas, they're kind of pushing out the lane. Meanwhile, little fight going off over mid. Stun onto Taric. As well as the snare. Unfortunately, Talon catching off Zyra, not able to insta-give her though. Annie's stun as well as the Zyra stun and snare.
Just constant AoE lockdown coming out from Pex.
Those AoE comps extremely powerful. Meanwhile, neutralized bottom by Pex. Looks like it's going to be a cap from the minions. 4 cap for Pex, which is not so good for MVP at all.
Let your guard down.
Looks like they're going for another containment plan here, trapping them in their spawn. 4 members of Amputease trying to assault their bottom point, trying to take it back. Jarvan jumping up, popping up both Talon+Maokai as well as the Wukong ultimate going down. Shut down by Urgot there on Wukong. Dual power trying to make the best of it. Unfortunately, not enough. It's 426 to 0. Extremely strong showing by Pex there. Unfortunate for Amputease. Just could not make any move there. They were just contained between their mid and bottom point, with Pex assaulting unrelentlessly. Or relentlessly.
Unrelentlessly, exactly.
Very strong showing, demonstrating why Zyra is just as annoying as Teemo or Nidalee with her.
No, I think Teemo's still more annoying. He does have his laugh going for him.
Definitely. You can see Wukong dishing out the most damage there out of all the champions, followed shortly by Annie, Zyra, and Jarvan. So that's pretty good. You usually don't want to see a huge spike out of one of your teammates again, because it just means you were kind of carried on the back of them.
And this is just the power of Wukong we're seeing here.
Yeah,
like just huge AoE damage. Like that ultimate is just fight changing. This actually answers another question I've been having. Like, I've actually not known what Panzer's builds after Ghostblade, and now I do.
What does he build?
He builds Last Whisper, and Ghostblade Last Whisper Wukong.
I can see that. Wukong has a pretty huge base damage, particularly on Cyclone.
Yeah, so the all that penetration just capitalizes on the power of his ultimate.
Looks like we will be going into the finals here. Not sure exactly what happened between Cheese Enema and Solobot.
Oh, I can take Enema does appear to be in Champion Select right now, so either their game hasn't started or they just won it. Let me ask Sifu. Apparently, Solobot, I think it seems that one of their members is not here, and they don't have any subs, so, I do believe they might have to forfeit this, round, and Cheese Enema will proceed to the, finals.
The stream should be on. I guess the stream is on for you, then you can't hear me.
Looks like they're doing here. I'm just...
So again, this is Dominate Dominion number 49. We are waiting for the semifinals, or the finals to start. It'll most likely be between Cheese Enema and
Pax.
This looks like Team Solobot is going to forfeit in a couple of minutes here, unable to find a fifth player for their semifinal match. Very strong showing by Team Solobot. We watched them play against BNC in round 2. And then they took on Loli Explosion. It looks like they won 39-0. Very close game there. Unfortunately, they will have to forfeit against Cheese Enema and then probably forfeit the bronze match. So we would all love a ranked Dominion.
Oh yeah. I do believe, let's see, the bans for the last game, the chat bans were Lulu, Kassadin, Teemo, and Elise, and I can't remember the in-game bans. And no, it's not.
The Dominate Dominion tournaments occur every Saturday night from 7 o'clock to 11 o'clock, or every Saturday night at 5 p.m. Pacific time. Looks like we have an invite from Seafood Captain here.
Tell Steve to send me an invite too. Or just tell him to tell me the password and I'll tell him manually.